Hello everyone, Roberto here for another video review. This time we have the Cadbury Bournville Old Jamaica. And it's, well basically they brought it back, says, well it's not new, it's old. So they've, basically it's, yeah, re-release of a bar that was, I don't know when it was cancelled essentially by Cadbury, but it was quite some time ago I think. But I remember a guy at work telling me about it. I always thought it was just a different strength Cocoa Solid Cadbury Bournville, the Old Jamaica. That's what I always thought it was. But he said, no, it was had raisins in it and stuff. And I thought, that's not what I remember. So I don't know what I was thinking of. I'm sure it was an old Jamaica Bournville that was just higher percent Cocoa Solid. I swear I saw that in the shops. But anyway, he was he was right, or or at least the one they re-released is the one with raisins in it. It says rum and raisin actually, dark chocolate, rum and raisin. It says. Yeah, so interesting. So yeah, interesting to find out. This was, I don't traditionally like. I mean, I've got better as I've been older, but I never used to like fruit and nuts in chocolate. But recently, there are ones I do quite like actually. But I think raisins is still one that I just don't know if I'm that partial to. So we'll see what this is like. We'll have a, so we'll see. Gonna be a bit of an experiment for me as well. Not had a Cadbury's fruit and nuts and stuff like that I've not had for a long time. It's one I don't think I've ever reviewed it actually, so maybe I should. But yeah, it's dairy milk, fruit and nuts, whatever, by the way. So there we go. So yeah, interesting. So we'll see what this is like. Well, it says, so chocolate with rum flavoured raisins, it says, 17%. And does it have the cocoa solids in it? Usually do, but what does it say? Yeah, 36% minimum. Cocoa solids, 36% minimum, it says. Well, chocolate cocoa solids, 36% minimum. Contains vegetable fats in addition to cocoa butter. So there we go. So yes, so it's a 100-gram bar. So for the whole bar, it's 490 calories, 23 grams of fat, 13 of which are saturates. But for 3 chunks, which is well, it's an eighth, yeah. So per 3 chunks, an eighth of the bar, 12.5 grams. It's 61 calories, 2.9 grams of fat, 1.6 of which are saturates. Yeah, so basically for a quarter of it you double that. So a quarter's probably enough, which is 6 chunks. So yeah, so that's 122 calories, 5.8 grams of fat, 3.2 of which are saturates. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so that's probably, I think that's a normal amount. So it's obviously, where's it? So yeah, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6. Yeah, so 6 by 3, I believe. Is right. Yes, I think. I'm trying to work out what that was before because I said it was 3 chunks was what did I say it was? An eighth, didn't I? Yeah. So it's 8 by 3, isn't it? So 8 by 3. So there we go. Yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I always confuse myself when I'm thinking about these. I overthink it and then this and the other. So there we go. Yeah, so it's got the flavour wrapper again. So it's peel meat, easy reclose pack. So you can see that there. And again with these ones, it has the Queen's sort of symbol here, quite prominent. Normally it's just hidden away somewhere, but for the Bournville ones, they make a bit of a deal of it, because people who buy it are probably more. Well, it's more traditional, isn't it? I guess maybe it's not more to do with who buys it, but it's just a traditional chocolate. So I guess to try and make it look a bit more traditional. So. It's a bit flourishes here, so yeah, so, well, I'll mention it when I open the pack, actually. It looks quite nice. Oh yeah, and there's the Queen approves underneath the thing again as well in the smaller version. And it says, with over 100 years of chocolate making experience, Bournville brings you generous chunks of smooth, dark chocolate with that distinctly chocolatey Bournville taste that you have always known and loved. It's chocolate, it's good, it's just really good chocolate. It's got the Fair Trade thing on the, it says Cocoa Life partnering with Fair Trade Foundation there. Right, so it feels a smaller bar though. It does feel quite a small, thin bar. So but let's give it an open. See what it's like. Let's do it. Right, okay, once let's give this a motion first before I forget. Sorry if I'm not centered in the camera, by the way. It's very hard for me to tell. I think I am, but yeah, who knows? I might not be. 8.5 centimeters with the flourishes. Let's give it an open and see whether that's changed. Okay, so yeah, 8.5 centimeters. So it's a nice, well, it's a very strong, I guess, rum smell coming from it, you'd say. So it was 8.5, so now it's 15.3, 15.2, I think actually. about 15.3, so 18.5 to 15.3, so that's 3.2 centimeters there, which is crazy. But yeah, it's a very strong smell coming from it. It's only could be described as perhaps rum. So there you go. That's what it looks like. It looks very old school, very 80s, doesn't it? It's got that 80s design. Used to be quite a prominent sort of design that in the 80s on, I don't know, car dashboards and furniture and stuff like that, magazines and other 80s things, you know, that you get. Yeah, so, well, interesting. I quite like that. It's quite nice. Yeah, so it's a 15.3, didn't we? So, yeah, so 15.3. So width-wise at the bottom, 7.2. Height-wise, from bottom to top, 0.8 centimeters, but from bottom to bottom, about 0.6. So by which I mean is peaks and troughs. So I've just measured it in between there. So you can see, yeah, so it is an 8x3 bar or 3x8 bar. You can see at the bottom as well, lots of nubbles. Yeah, from the raisins presumably. Yeah, so there we go. So it doesn't smell raisiny, I guess, but it smells a bit raisiny. Yeah. It sort of smells, yeah, it probably does a bit, but obviously more prominent with this sort of rum smell. So it's just a rum flavour, doesn't it? So I don't think it actually has any, yeah, chocolate with rum flavoured raisins. So I don't believe there's actually any rum in it by that. So yeah. Okay, so so the segments are quite small as well. They're not massive segments. I don't know if you can tell that, but yeah. Well, I said not. I mean, the actual knobble bit, the bit that sticks up, that sort of dashboard-looking bit, the 80s look of it, isn't quite very big, but it doesn't really matter, does it, I guess. Okay, so I've snapped it there, so you can see it's hanging on by a raisin. So it's yeah. There we go. So you can see nice raisin sticking out the top there. So there we go, and you can see them there. So they are, yeah, pretty big, pretty prominent. There we go. Yeah, so that's what you're up against, really. Yes, there we are. And what's it smell? Yeah, definitely has that sort of. Yeah, I don't know if you'd say it's a raisin smell or a rum smell, but it's got that. It's got a smell. Yeah. It probably was more of a rummy smell. But you would describe it as fruity either way. Okay, let's give it a taste then, I think. Let's do it. It looks quite, well, I'm a bit apprehensive about it. As I say, I'm not a massive raisin fan, so we'll see. Let's give it a go. Right, so let's do it. Let's give it a taste. It's got a big raisin there, you can see, so we'll get in there full Monty. Right, let's do it. So, yeah, dark chocolate raisins with rum flavours. Well, definitely an alcoholic flavouring there, definitely. Not sort of sharp alcoholic taste. Alcohol taste. I probably said before, I'm not really an alcohol fan either. Not really raisins. I like grapes, but not really into wine, not really into rum, not really into raisins. So really, this is not a match made in heaven for me. And it's quite. It even goes up your nose a bit as well. That sort of alcohol. And chocolate doesn't taste very rich either. It seems to have de-richified. There's a word for you. Just made it up. Yeah, it seems to have definitely made the chocolate feel. I don't know if it's sweet's the right word, but it's definitely. You don't really feel it's very rich. I think it's because the flavour of the raisins is kind of permeated, perhaps, is that the word? Through the chocolate. So even if I have a bit of chocolate without a raisin in it, it still tastes a bit different. Yeah. For me, it's not really for me, this bar. I think let's put it this way. Because I'm not really a fan of, as I say, the gimmick. I'm not a fan of really rum. I'm not a fan of raisins. So rum and raisins. But, you know, let's have I've just got that raisin that's poking out before, so I'm going to just have that on its own and there. Didn't quite taste the way the chocolate tastes when you have it. It didn't seem to be quite strong. Sort of that rummy taste. So maybe it's the chocolate's providing a lot of that taste as well. They're probably working well together, really. I think there's the flavouring in the chocolate and the raisins themselves. Well, yeah, as I say, for me, it's not really for me, this one, I don't think. But you know, it is giving the dark chocolate another aspect to it. It's not just sweet. It's I mean, fruity is the description, I think you'd say. Sort of sharp taste, but a bit of a full taste as well. Definitely does give you the feel of alcohol. It's got that sort of, as I say, that sort of, you know, it goes up your nostrils. You know what I mean? It's quite a strong flavour in there. So yeah, I think basically, I think this is probably a good bar if you're into this sort of thing. I mean, I'm you know, it's a shame that I'm not really, and I think, but I can still appreciate it. I can still see where it's coming from, and you know, and it's not. In terms of the original Bournville and things, I can see the difference, and yeah. So I think if you're into that kind of thing, you know, this definitely would be for you, and I think it would definitely have a sort of good set of flavours, really. But I think for me that sort of subtle rum taste just doesn't work for me at all. I'm not into drinking rum, even with, you know, the Coke or whatever. You know, it just doesn't really do it for me. I'm just not into that. I'd rather just have the Coke. You know, and raisins are not my kind of fruit either. You know, I'm not against fruits, you know, but raisins, sultanas just don't do it for me, really. There are two things that just don't really do it, you know. But you know, I don't hate them. I can eat this and it's perfectly fine. But it's not a choice I'd have. You know, it's not. I wouldn't buy this normally, really, for me. So yeah. So I think with all that in mind, I mean, I'm probably going to give it. Yeah, probably a 2 out of 5, I think, for me. But I think if you're into rum and raisins, you know, both separately, or if you like, you know, raisins in your chocolate, this, that, and the other, you like rum as well, I would definitely sort of add a 2 to the score. And obviously dark chocolate as well. So all those things, you're probably adding, you know, between half and an extra mark. So depending on how much you like those. So if you love dark chocolate, if you love rum, you love raisins, it's probably a 5 out of 5. But if you're a bit in between on any of those, it's probably a 0.5 that you've added in. So, you know, for each one. So you know what I mean. So yeah. So you just that's what I would do, I think, when evaluating yourself onto the 2 I've given. So if you love all 3 of those things, it's a 5. You know, and if you're only impartial to some of them, like you know, add half a mark for each of those things, and then we'll go up to 3.5 out of 5, potentially. If you're only, you know, and if you don't like those things, then don't add anything for it. I think that's the gist of it. So there we go. But yeah, so hopefully that made sense. Hopefully you can work out your own feelings towards this bar. But as I say, for me myself, a 2 out of 5, I think, really, for those reasons explained. It's just not really for me, basically. But I can appreciate it, and it's not horrible. It's just they just don't add things desirable for me, the rum and the raisins. But the dark chocolate's nice. But as I say, it's slightly skewed with the rum flavourings, and obviously the raisins as well. It does take away from the richness of it, I think. So there we go. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Let me know what you think as well of this one. If you just generally like alcohol in chocolate and things, what you think of all that. So you do get them in some high-end chocolate selections, you know, sort of truffles with wine in or something. Let me know what you think of those, and yeah, I say not really my bag, but you know, it's fair enough on those people who do like them. There's a lot of people. Okay, yeah, so leave a comment or free, subscribe to my videos, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon if you can, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again, everyone. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.